Okay, now all your stuff has been cleaned and sanitized. So now it's time to actually add the apple juice and get this party started. So the first thing you want to do is take your first gallon of apple juice with the funnel and the carboy and pour that first gallon in. Go. 1 gallon down the tubes. If you notice there's still some foam in here, that's okay. You don't have to worry about that. Alright. You got 1 gallon in there now. Now you add half of the next gallon. You're going to do this twice. Just keep pouring until the bottle's about level. You got about half left in there. Now you're going to take your corn sugar and put that into your other half gallon. And we'll just pan down here. Try not to spill. This part's kind of a pain in the ass. Now the purpose of adding the corn sugar is you're going to increase the alcohol percentage of your apple wine. Now you can make this whole thing without using the corn sugar, but a typical apple wine without corn sugar is going to yield about, 5.5% alcohol. If you add the corn sugar, you're raising it up to about 7.5, some cases even 8%. And since I like to drink booze, I like to kind of increase mine to about 7 to 7.5 using the sugar. And this recipe is, I'll include the link to the recipe on a homebrew talk forum. That's where I got it from Edward. Lots of people made this recipe. It's really easy to do, and it makes a real tasty little drink. Once you get that in there, I spilled a little bit. Shake that up real good. And you put it off to the side. Alright. Now you take another gallon container. You do the same thing. You add about a half gallon. Give it a carboy. That's about right. There we go. And you take another container full of sugar and you add that in there. I can't remember how much the sugar costs. I got it off of a home brew site online. I think it was Northwestern Brewer. And I ordered, I think I ordered 10 1-pound bags and 5 5-ounce bags of sugar, because you're going to need the 5-ounce bags when you do the bottling, which I'll explain in a later video when it's actually time to bottle this stuff. If you do it like that, they'll ship it to you for, no matter how much stuff you get, it ends up being like $7 shipping, so I just bought a whole bunch of shit. Alright, now you take this one, same as before, look it up. Now you take the first container that you shook up. It's got a little bit of sugar residue in the bottom. You shake it up again. Make sure it's all nice and mixed up. And you pour that into your carboy. So you get all the sugar in there. Remember, less sugar, less booze, and that's not good. I'll make sure you get all the booze in there. Take your second one, shake it up. And you pour it in there. Alright. So that makes about 3 gallons so far. So you got both bags of sugar and 3 gallons of apple juice. Now, now you pull your second to last gallon of apple juice in here. You don't do nothing special to it, you just pour it in. So now you got 4 gallons. Now it's time to add the wine yeast. Let's get some scissors here. And you open up the wine yeast. This is about the cheapest material you got. Try and put it down the funnel as directly as you can. But some of it sticks to the side. Get all those yeasties in there. There we go. So you take the final gallon and you pour it in there to wash down that extra yeast. And there we go. Wash down all the yeast. Now you're not going to pour the entire last gallon in there. It's not really going to fit. So what I do is I take it up to about where that line is on the better bottle right there. Maybe a little bit more. Because the way this ferments, you don't have to worry about it like beer. It's not going to go crazy on you. It's wine yeast, so it'll ferment with little bubbles. So you can take it all the way up to here if you want to, but I like to leave a little bit of space. Also increases your booze. Now you take some cling wrap. Some cling wrap in your bung. And what you're going to do, you're going to create a seal over your carboy. And why are you doing this? Well, I'll show you why. Because now you got to shake this bad boy up, which is pretty freaking heavy. You just take it and you shake the hell out of it. This does 2 things. It aerates your mixture, which is good for the yeast, because you need a little oxygen in there. And it also mixes up your sugary apple wine, your apple juice, with your yeast particles. This is good to do when you're brewing beer too. Just give it a good shake for about, I don't know, however you feel comfortable really. That's good. Okay. Whew. You pour that out. You put the bung right on top of here. It goes all the way down. Make sure you got a good seat. And you take your airlock. This is a 3-piece airlock. I like these. They work pretty good. You can use an S-type or whatever. Stick that all the way in. Take your other piece. Put it on top. Now inside of here you want to put either sanitized water or like a cheap vodka or some kind of alcohol product. I'm going to move mine to the location where I'm going to be storing it. Then I'm going to fill it up first, because if you got it full and you're trying to move it, it can get sucked in. So I'll be back. All right, well here it is. I have the airlock filled up full of what I like to use is this really cheap vodka. This Bowman's, just run-of-the-mill cheap-ass vodka. But I kind of ran out, so I had to mix some Jack Daniels with it. So that's why it's a little bit on the amber side. As long as it's got some alcohol in there to kill any germs that might get inside, you're good to go. I always put a label on there. So Worts Apfelwein, made November 13th. 3 months, it'll be February, 6 May, and 8 July. I'll probably bottle it in 6 months' time. And as you can see, I kind of like this shit, so I keep a lot of it around. I don't have any bottled right now because I drank it all. That's right. This stuff, now I made this with a different mix of stuff, and it's going to be at its 8-month mark in January 2nd of 2011. This is stuff I made back in September, and I'll probably bottle it in March. And this other stuff I just made, so because it takes a long time for this stuff to make, kind of need to keep a lot on stock. But yeah, it's good stuff. And I got plenty of bottles and stuff to put it in. So once you bottle it, 2 weeks later, you're ready to go. So I hope you like my Worts Apfelwein video. And I put the link down to the recipe just in case you don't want to use mine. It's the same thing pretty much on his site. So have fun and happy brewing. Oh, and by the way, I'll be coming back to make a video on how to do bottling. I'll probably do it with this first one right here, just to show you how to do bottling. It's a little more in depth. Takes a little bit more equipment, but we'll go over that too. This one doesn't need an airlock because I had to use this airlock because it's already been in there for about 6 months, so it's not going to be fermenting anymore. It's just going to be sitting there and aging. Or shizzle. Alright, now that you're all done making your apple wine, just to sit back and wait. It's going to be 3 months minimum. 6 months, it tastes a little bit better. You get more apple flavor, and 8 months, from what I hear, is really good. I haven't tried it yet. I have one batch that I'm going to be bottling in about January or so. That's going to be the 8-month batch. During the fermentation process, it might smell pretty bad for the first couple days to a week. Don't worry about that; it'll go away soon. Just make sure your airlock is full of alcohol so it doesn't dry out. And I'll be back to show you how to bottle it. Have fun.